My name is Jason Gianu, One Brick to Rule Them on Instagram. My wife and I put together this build. It's based on Stormlight Archive series from Brandon Sanderson. And this is a scene out of The Way of Kings, which is his first book. And this is, we have Kaladin Stormblessed is saving the Kholin army from the Parshendi that are attacking them from all sides here. We have the bridge crew. All the main characters in the book are represented, including some of our favorites like Lopin and Teft. And we have Kaladin here. He's just about to swear the second ideal. And we have this big chasm that I've put together using the stack plate method here to show the striations. And then we have this chasm fiend here that I put together using purple. Very difficult color to get in different pieces, so I really enjoy the way he came up. And then, my wife and I have been working on this for, I want to say, about 6 to 8 months or so. There's 120 plates tall in this. Yeah, we had a lot of fun putting this one together.
It's super impressive. One of the things I really like is the way that you did the rock work here, so it's very different with like that stacked plate technique. So what are some of the challenges of that compared to maybe some of the classic rock work that we're used to seeing?
Yeah, I would say the biggest part is the showing enough variation and then also having it be structurally strong. So we had to go back and replace a bunch of brittle brown that broke in the center. There's a couple of sections that have that layer. And it was quite a challenge to source all of these parts. It's probably somewhere around 20,000 plates stacked in this. So I had, when I got near the top, just even pressing it down gave me shoulder pain just from how much it was. So I used a hammer for a lot of it at the end, yeah.
Yeah. And then the purple creature here is very impressive. So what are some of the main elements that you kind of use to make up those designs? Because there's a lot of curves going on there.
Yeah, so it's got a Technic frame. I've tried a whole bunch of methods to make it work. And the Technic frame worked really well, and he's actually tied into this other plateau that you see there so that the structure of him doesn't collapse under his weight. And funny enough, that is a storyline element of this character, is that it is too heavy for its own weight, and that is one of the interesting parts about it. Yeah.
Now, when you're working on a build like this, it's based on a book series, correct? So is there artwork in the books, or are you just kind of pulling this out of your imagining as you're reading the books?
Yeah, so I re-listened to the entirety of the book, and my wife read the book over and over again to get the characters just right. Some of the elements I custom created for this in particular, like some of the capes, I laser cut using some software that I created to create the capes. A lot of some of the characters, Kaladin in particular, his face actually comes from an Ezra head that I removed the beard from to get the perfect look out of the character. So there's a lot of little character bits thrown in there. And then there's things that some of the fans would really recognize, like various spren is what they're called in this world. And so there's little tongues that are sticking up out of those are anticipation spren. We have these spren here, the bubbling blood almost, those are anger spren. We have these purple things, those are fear spren. We have, these are the, trying to remember what kind of spren those are. Those are your pain spren. And then there's various things. These are kind of like thought manifest in this world. And so what these characters are doing is they're actually trying to get to this chrysalis that is up there at the top that has the glowing green gemstone in it. They're trying to break that open and leave the plateaus as quickly as possible before this attacking army gets them. So there's this whole storyline that's fantastic read. Eventually it's going to become an Apple TV series is what I understand. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And then another really great element that kind of creates the scene is this backdrop of the blue sky with the logo and the words there. And I always love when builders do that because it really helps you immerse yourself within the scene and not get lost in what's behind there.
Yeah, and that picture image that's back there, that is the glyph for the main character, which is This is Bridge 4. That's what they follow. That's their glyph, so to speak. So men in this world don't read or write. They use glyphs, and the women actually write, and like there's a whole special language that they've created for this world and universe. So yeah.
And then going back to the rock work here, the vegetation on it is very unique here. So again, it almost reminds me of like an underwater coral type vibe to it.
Yes. So one of the things about this world is that a storm blows through every 8, 7, 10 days, depends on a cycle. And this giant storm that blows through pushes water and rocks and all kinds of, they call it creme. So there's this massive water flood that comes through every now and again. And so all the plants and animals have to be able to recede back into a shell or some type of protective, setup here. So that's why a lot of things have shells. There's what they call like rock buds, which are these little elements here, or these ones here. And so everything has to go back into a shell because this storm is so massive and powerful that it rips trees out, it destroys everything, and so a lot of the animals and the plants all sort of move, and they're very sensitive to touch and things around them. So, yeah.
And obviously, very large scale build here. So, what was kind of breaking this down and transporting it into a show like Bricks Cascade like?
It was quite a challenge. I have a whole bunch of boxes that I've stuck these 48 by 48 base plates in. So there's 3 48 base plates and then a 32 in the back. But transporting it was kind of a pain a little bit. But I had like little foam inserts that I kind of stuck into the sides of the build to hold it in the box really well. And the way I built it is its interior. It's hollow. And I have little struts that are going up and connecting with a Technic frame that kind of goes over the top of it. So that works really well for that.
Now, it's obviously a large, expansive universe that this build is based on. So are there plans to add to it in the future or other scenes?
So Brandon has a whole bunch of different books and series that are all part of the same universe called the Cosmere. I'm looking to expand into other areas that are adjacent to this storyline, possibly Tress in the Emerald Sea, or we're thinking maybe the Mistborn series is another one we might explore as well. A lot of fantasy, so anything fantasy adjacent is something I'm gonna go for.
Sure. Well, keep up the great work. Thank you so much for bringing this out to the show here. It's really fantastic. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much.